Two-story high church?
This is the old one.
This is the old one, yeah.
This here, the back.
The back. This is the back.
How are you?
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Are
it's
you
a
leave
screen,
that?
screen board.
You can leave it open.
Leave it open?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's the
You can just have a seat down there, the
That
building
addition
inspector's
is
supposed to
the
sit there.
screen board.
Okay.
Oh, we're waiting for,
Right.
oh,
Steve.
sorry,
John.
so maybe I shouldn't have started.
That's okay, you can start.
He's around. Actually, I guess we should wait for Steve.
Sure, that's what
I don't know what happened to that clock, 7:30.
Oh, that's the original.
Oh,
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
good, how are you?
Are you the owner?
Yes,
Here he is.
he's here today.
What's your name, sir?
Steve.
Your name?
Ernest Fontaglio. That's a tough one though.
I have it in an email.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Are we set now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, we were here in front of your board, a month or so, 2 months ago. And we had the house approved, but as we looked at it, we realized that the kitchen and the dining room are very small. And for the house to be more comfortable, we need to make them larger. So we proposed an addition onto the rear of the house that will consist of enlarging the kitchen and enlarging the dining room. It's a single-story addition. It has a reverse gable that will die into the house. We're gonna continue the same material, the same windows, the same siding, roofing as we proposed originally and as was approved by the town.
Why are these two windows so different? That's both new.
Big patient and a double hung.
Maybe uniformity would be nice.
Oh, this is the kitchen sink. The kitchen sink, usually we don't like to put double hung windows, it's very hard to reach over the counter and open it, so we have the casement window. And it's a triple casement where when you stand in front of the sink, you have the glass in front of you, you don't have a mullion in the middle. It's in the rear, really, it's not being viewed, but the functionality on the inside will be more important.
It won't be as tall.
Right.
It won't be as tall because there's no canopy.
That's the dining.
So it probably makes more sense with the back of the side view. So it matches the side.
No, I got that side.
I think
And
that's
where's the other side here? They got glass doors.
I think it's.
fine.
Is that the only change?
Yes, that's the only change in the plan, everything else remained the same as was approved before.
Okay.
What happens to the
What's
rooms,
that?
I'll lose the windows?
Existing window to be removed, so that window will be.
We did add one window on the second floor because we needed the light and ventilation in that particular room and we needed also the music egress.
Joe, John,
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Brendan?
Yeah, this one works.
Right, thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Evening.
Have a great evening.
Thanks.
Brendan, look at the picture. Wait, Brendan. And his name's not on the, doesn't say like from his residence. And he's by the contract.
I think this is the one that had the phone number and everything.
Yes.
So,
This is our,
Oh, not, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Huh?
I have, outside of the building, just because these are like. basically white.
And now it looks like the nicest one,
One.
Oh,
Well, the ampersand is the purple color. That was the other.
Why does it look
yeah,
like?
why is that there? Is that really, or is that really?
Kitchens and baths.
really-
We'll just make it black.
It almost looks like they colored over it.
Aye.
Didn't do
So
it
this
that
is
color.
what-
Is that intentional?
This is
Wow.
what
Probably
used,
right.
this is what used to be there, the red one, correct? The red one was what you had and you took it down.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
proposed the white one, and
uh-huh.
we asked them to come back and minimize it and eliminate some of the wording.
Are you intending to put a faded out ampersand between kitchens and baths, or is that just the way?
It's on that in the print, but it is a little bit darker than what you see.
And this is just vinyl lettering? What is it? Oh, no,
I
metal,
didn't even notice it, that's the only thing.
It's
Wait, I'm
being
sorry.
latex printed,
Uh-huh.
first we have metal and then it's coated.
oh,
So is the ampersand meant to be lighter or,
It's meant to be lighter
okay,
than the actual kitchen and baths.
Is
okay.
it meant to be legible? Do you want people to see it?
I do, and so that's why I said it's gonna be a little bit
said it's
darker
gonna be like.
than what you see in the print.
That's what I said.
You gotta stop eating.
There was one that's broken. Right.
Okay.
I think it's better. I think it's.
I mean, it's better.
I love that, yeah. You come and say one?
I just would fix the ampersand. I mean, I don't know how to say it. I don't wanna make you come back for that, but
We were just talking about it before, and I said that it's so light.
Yeah.
that It just should be a little darker, so we agreed on that.
Yeah, nobody will read that. I
Yeah, no,
didn't even
no,
notice it when I first
absolutely
looked
not.
at this.
Absolutely not,
you know.
I agree.
Appreciate the frame around there too.
No problem.
Yeah, it's much more readable and legible.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Have a good night.
Alright, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Really wants to be like a different color. It wants to be like, you invent that thing. Well, let's see that.
Well,
Depends.
Thank you.
Because it looks like
Printed
it's,
thing.
it
No.
looks like it's the,
I'm
the
sure.
yellow is just very faint. Not.
Scott Hirsch is there.
Alright. Probably did this something worse than you.
you need to move that on.
And then when I miss one, twice.
Let's do the last one and just get out of here.
Hey, I'm not gonna argue it. He's not here?
Okay, all right.
This one's a really big photo.
This guy wasn't.
Oh my
on the
goodness.
sheets, it's like, I think the more sheets you have, the older you are, because you used to draw more.
This is your street.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
project. Oh, yeah, it's my street.
It's your
across the
street.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's your project.
It's easy to just walk across the street, it's wonderful just to walk across the street. So this was approved, it's an addition out the
Yeah, we
back.
saw this.
Yeah, we're just making one or two minor changes, but they minorly affect the exterior, so I mean, you guys are particular about the exterior, so.
You guys.
You guys are so. So on this elevation, which is north, we're just gonna have a wall mounted kitchen hood, so you'll see that on that side.
What we having before, nothing.
We didn't have it shown, so we were gonna intend to have like a roof mounted, but it's wall mounted now. And
That's
then,
Sorry, missed that kind.
and then in the back, we had a single door and a window, but we wanna have a large patio door.
Sliding.
Yeah, it's a sliding door with muttons, that's it.
I'm sorry, so you're adding a sliding door and button?
Yeah, and removing a single door in the window. And this leads out to a terrace.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Looks good, yeah.
There'd be a nice hood, a nice exhaust.
Pretty beautiful exhaust hood, yeah, yeah. Are you thinking on the hood?
We gotta find something.
Two things to choose from.
No favoritism here.
I know.
Big
Thank you,
sliding door. Is that 8 foot wide,
What's that?
the sliding doors?
It's huge. Yeah.
Is there anything?
Yeah, it's like 8 feet. The-
What is the normal, what's the normal size?
Replacing the
6
civil
feet,
ones.
6 foot 8 wide.
A half dozen sliding doors, but two of them.
What are those
feet
doors
back.
called that, are the wall doors,
The folding ones,
pocket?
the folding ones?
Yeah, the ones that basically, but there's a,
No, nano wall,
now,
but it's a brand name,
yeah,
so everybody calls it nano.
you don't usually see that out here. You don't see that out here, you see it in California.
Yeah, I mean, we get these
They get, oh, there are
I think they're
mosquitoes
in the
there,
drawing.
I don't care. I mean, mosquitoes
Oh,
would
yeah?
drive me crazy.
You're up.
Hello.
Hi.
Where shall I go? Just keep going.
Keep going.
That's good.
Not listening on your conversation about nano-walls. I actually just went to the AIA show up in Boston and Riggs End took us. So we stopped at the nano-wall showroom. They want us to use their product. So we are a bunch of New York and Connecticut architects were like, but what about Bubs? Look how easily it opens. We have this screen. I think Martin's doing 10
Oh,
foot
really?
wide
I
sliders
mean, I
now.
love
They're
the
like
way they
15 feet
feel
tall.
and everything, but I don't love bugs. They love me, so.
Super expensive.
Oh.
Super expensive. We are using Marvin windows here, but we're not using nano-walls. So this is 24 Attitash. We are at the end of a cul-de-sac. This funky shape is actually the shape of our house. So,
Can you tilt that up?
sorry. So from the street, as you approach the house, this is kind of the frontal view, and the staircase has these half walls for railings, and this is the kitchen space over here, and there's an EPDM roof above the kitchen. And the windows are original to the house's construction in the late 1980s. This house is 19, is opposite them at the tennis court, is a painted facade. So you have one house that's been painted, like their house was painted. There's another house that has a stained siding on it, cedar presumably, and then another painted home. And so we are trying to give an updated version of what we think the house
Is that the back of there, the middle?
So this is our front.
Uh-huh.
This is up the driveway. This is like you literally are climbing up a rock. There's literally a bridge to it. It's very odd. It's almost impossible to photograph this side of the house. It's on stilts. It's with dead corners because it's right up against the rock. And so you can see it here, the way the house is actually kind of open in the back. As it was, because it wasn't built into the rock, it was built rock adjacent. So anyway, this is our existing house, and so the drawings obviously flatten it out, but the front elevation as it exists has this very large plastic skylight that creates like a light chamber into the kitchen, and it's failing. It is not only leaking, but because the pitch of it is so severe, it just water just shoots onto this EPDM roof. The other thing is that this is one of the nicer, they have water behind the house, but this is actually one of the nicer areas they'd like to go out to because it's a different view of the property. And so from the front of the house, we've proposed to do is we're introducing a shed to create like a covered outdoor area over that roof. And instead of having skylights that are at such a steep pitch, we're mirroring the pitch of the existing roof over the bedrooms and creating this new open air space that's above that. We're gonna be working in Accoya, that's within 7 1/4 and 5 1/4 inch widths to create a shiplap with a quarter reveal, and then on the other sides, we're intermingling that with a horizontal siding that's open joint. The house will be as I said, Marvin windows and they're bronze finish, and we've identified the Akoya wood in a color called Storm. So this is the existing front, yes, and a proposed front. This is the rear elevation where we'll be replacing the railing and then replacing all the windows. We're trying to correct some of the weird ins and outs, so at the rear, we're gonna be putting in 2 sliding glass doors instead of these 2 single doors and 2 single windows to straighten that side
Are you
out.
changing on the new in the middle on the upper floor, it looks like today is a different horizontal materials?
Correct, so this is the existing primary bath, and we're recladding it for you to bring a horizontal siding onto the back. In that one volume that comes down further,
These are putting homes on.
yeah. It's this piece here. And on the side of the house, I will say so one of the other big things that we're really trying to do, we're taking down the closed stair railing, the half wall, and replacing it with a Finney cable rail system. The other thing that we're doing, which is hard to see in the 2D plan on the elevation, but a little bit easier to register in plan, is that we are trying to make the entry experience a little bit more welcoming. We are getting rid of there's an intermediate roof here that we're getting rid of and framing the opening so that it really kind of embraces more as you're coming up the steps.
How come this set looks different than
Yeah,
that?
it does look different, siding looks different.
So with siding,
Well, you just have it
The
grayed
lines
out
look
here.
different, yeah.
Well, this is
so this is
Oh,
we revisited the scale. That's what's happened here.
Oh, okay, just the
Oh.
scale of the.
The
Yeah.
scale of the
Yeah.
plan.
Which one is accurate?
This one, because we were looking, so if you really want a long story, we took a deep dive on Luna Wood, which is also Thermarie, I did not know that, but we were looking at that and the client was very concerned about the durability, which the Luna Wood could do, but it couldn't hold the color. And so the Akoya was showing us greater stability and they're willing to warrant it for a much longer time. So this is why I said it's 7 1/4, and I pointed out to my team that we did not have a dimension call that on it. That moment of the wrapping happens here, so whereas they have different size windows now, we're gonna be aligning and kind of capturing that with the horizontal siding. And then, whereas these windows are set back now in this deep recess, we're pulling them forward in the horizontal siding. This is that angled wall of the kitchen.
So you're kind of pulling this flat arch out, this 2-story thing.
I'll show you. See, presently, like the house has a lot of like ins and outs, like technically this is an overhang here. So we are framing it. I'll get there. So that it angles like this.
Okay.
With a wider front door. So it's an exterior update.
Wacky house, what goes in the corner? Just whatever can fit in the corner?
This,
Yeah.
What room is that in?
It's a kitchen.
Oh, it's your kitchen.
it's a point of contention. I had proposed actually pushing this out. It was like, it became like a $35,000 ad. So we're gonna actually have the dining area here instead. But what goes on in the corner, a plant stand. I mean, it's a very pretty wall, but it's like completely, you know, not practical out in the
This
harbor.
is. This is the cable line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is pushed back from this.
Yeah.
This is-
Okay.
Yeah, so on the second floor, we're coming straight off so that we no longer have, I mean, it's like almost like a story and a half of skylight. And so instead it will have angled windows that follow the slope, so this will channel the light into the kitchen, but it's gonna do it in a way that gives them control over some shading outside and not having all the skylights coming down.
Where are the skylights in that? drawing?
So we're putting two skylights into that roof, but presently the skylights are in line with this wall, like rising up to this wall.
Right.
So it's super steep pitch.
What are the round things? I'm sorry. What are the round things that I'm looking at?
These?
No, what you were pointing out before.
This?
Okay, what is that? That's the skylight?
It's a ceiling fan between the
Oh.
skylights.
Oh. Okay. I'm looking at it.
Where's Habitat? Is it over?
It's in the, the ski streets like
Yeah.
Aspen, Alpha,
Yeah,
it's tucked in the back there. Storing away, it's storing away,
I mean, it looks like that.
Yeah. Thank you. Alright.
Thank you, Scott. Have a good night.